Breaking news coming in of the government softening its stance against the opposition to get the GST bill passed in the upcoming winter session. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley had said that he is ready to discuss all the issues with the opposition to get the GST legislation passed. The government wants to implement GST from the 1st of April. However, a political deadlock in the parliament has not really allowed the bill to be passed. There are meanwhile reports that the Congress has put forth a set of 3 conditions for talks with the government on the GST bill. Let's get in a quick word from Executive Editor Javed Ansari. Javed, the government, really focusing the energies to get the GST passed. We saw the monsoon session being a complete washout with unrelenting disruptions. So what is going to be the strategy of the BJP this time around before the winter session?
Look, the only way that this bill can be passed, or for that matter, any constitutional bill that can be passed, is by taking the opposition on board. The BJP will have to talk to the Congress leadership. Unless the Congress decides to lend its support, this bill will not see light of day. Mr. Jaitley has been saying this. Even in the last session, he said that he's willing to talk, but those conversations have not happened. He needs to talk to Sonia Gandhi. He needs to talk to Rahul Gandhi. He needs to talk to other decision makers within the Congress party, because this is a constitutional amendment, requires 2/3 majority of both houses, and without the Congress party support in the upper house, this bill will not be passed. So therefore, it is in the interest of the government and to try and talk to the Congress, because they have some ground there. Originally it was the Congress party which had brought this bill. Then the BJP was in the opposition, and Mr. Narendra Modi was Chief Minister of Gujarat, and he led the opposition to the bill. In fact, he instructed the BJP leadership not to allow this legislation to be passed. Of course, now they are in government, so those positions have changed. So the only way this can happen is if negotiations happen between the Congress and the BJP. Despite what Mr. Jaitley says, no such talks have taken place.
Now, speaking of negotiations, during the monsoon session also, there was a lot of talk of backdoor, talks happening, but none of that resulted in the passage of the GST bill. Now, in the monsoon session, Javed, the Congress remains steadfast in its demand. They accuse some very senior ministers within the government of impropriety and corruption. What will change now? What do you think, will be the BJP now, the BJP stand when they do approach the Congress?
Look, the Congress has set forth a couple of conditions, 5 points. They are willing to scale it back to 3, but though they say these 3 are non-negotiable. The CPM, the RJD, there are 12 MPs that belong to the JDU. So all these people have to be brought on board. The main opposition comes from the Congress, so there has to be some give and take. This is not the first time that such kind of gridlocks have happened in Parliament, but through negotiations and through a bit of give and take, there's been a way has been found out. Now the onus is on the government to take the first step, to take the initiative and try and concede some ground, so that the Congress has also reason to support this bill.
All right, Javed, thank you so much for joining us and getting us more updates on that bit of news.
Ni sa ga ma 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 ni pa ma ga ni pa ma ga sa ni pa ma ni sa pa sa. जहाँ तक यादें याद आती रहेगी.